Let's make a beat for Sofaygo. Yo, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good as always. Before we get into this video, I just want to say that me and Kersey finally dropped Bloom 2. I'll put it up on the screen right now so you guys can check that out. This kit is super fire. I'm going to be using it in this video today. For anybody that doesn't know, we also dropped Bloom 1 a while ago. I think it was a couple months ago. But we added a Bloom bundle to BeatStars, so you guys can get Bloom 1 and 2 for like a heavy discount. Bloom 2 is like 25 bucks right now, and the Bloom bundle is only 30, so you get pretty much an extra kit for only like 5 bucks. So it's super worth it. I'll leave all the links to that in the description so you guys can check that out. But yeah, let's get into this video. So for making new Sofaygo type beats, I've been trying to follow like the snippets that have been coming out. And it seems like he's using kind of like the virtual like ARP beats. So that's what we went for today. So we're at 146 BPM, and I got this MIDI from Prod Young Robin. I'll put his on the screen, and I'll link his stuff in the description. For this first sound, I got this celestial organ from Analog Lab, and with the MIDI it sounds like this. So yeah, the main thing with these melodies is just going to be, like I said earlier, this sort of like arpeggiated top line that just repeats itself. For the next sound, I got this Serum preset from the new Bloom 2 kit. It's called Key Pixie. That's going to sound like this. For effects on both of those, I just have some simple EQs, cutting out the lows and a little bit of the highs, just kind of cleaning them up a little. But those effects that you hear from that preset, like the stuttering and all that stuff, that's coming all from Serum, so you don't need any extra. Like you can see, I don't have any extra like shaper box or anything on there that's doing that stuttering. It's all coming from the plugin. So then the next sound, I got another preset from Bloom 2. It's called Synth Tory. This one I used as kind of like a background sort of pad, but that's what this sounds like. And the next thing I got was like this sort of bell from Analog Lab. Preset is called By the Sea. And I just laid down a couple of the ARPs from the previous MIDI, and just kind of spaced them out a little bit. So that's what this sounds like. And then for that one, for effects, I just had a couple EQs cutting out the harsh frequencies. And then I added this contact layer from this bank called Glaze. It's just like a bunch of vocal sampled stuff. And I think I used a pad. Yeah, pad Legalize is the preset. And that sounds like this. So a nice little accent layer. For that one, I just had another EQ cutting the lows. And then I found this vocal sample, sort of like atmosphere thing from Splice, and I added that. That's what this sounds like. And then the last thing I added was this bass from Bloom 2 called Bass Caution. It sounds like this. I think I've used this bass probably in like the last 30 loops I've made. I don't know what it is about it. I just love the way it sounds. It's got such a nice like wideness to it. So that's it for the loop. This is what it's going to sound like all together. So yeah, that's the loop. Let's break down the beat. So for the drums for these, I kept it pretty simple. You can see I actually didn't even split up the pattern to change out the drums at all in different sections. It's really just the melody that's changing. So if we open up this pattern, I started with simple clap. It sounds like this. And then for this hi-hat, I picked a hi-hat that has like a little bit more high end to it. And then I lay down this pattern. So the next thing I added was the snare called Snare Bane. Sounds like that. And then I added this pattern. Pretty simple pattern. You hear this a lot in these like trap beats. It's like the most basic snare pattern, but it works well for this type of beat. Then the next I got the snare 0. It sounds like this. It's almost like a rim. That sounds like this. And then the next thing I added was the snare called Snare Dark. All of these drums, by the way, are going to be from the Priority Stash Kit 2023. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. I use it in a lot of my beats. But I got this snare, and I layered it with the clap just so it hits a little harder. And then I added this perk called Perk Air. It sounds like this. And then the last thing before the 808 was just an open hat. So all the perks together sound like this. So for the 808, I got this 808 cement from this Up Made It drum kit. And I laid down this pattern. So I kept it pretty simple, but just added a little roll at the end, just to kind of give it like a transition. And that's it for the drums. I'll play all the drums together so you guys can hear those. So yeah, that's it for this beat. I hope you guys learned something as always. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Let me know what you guys would want to see for future videos, or like future artists that you want me to cover or break down beats for. Yeah, reminder, Bloom 2 is out right now. Go get that. Bloom Bundle as well. I think that's honestly an unreal deal. You get 2 kits for 30 bucks. I'll leave all those links in the description. Follow me on IG. I'm going to play the beat, and I'm out of here. Peace.